Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Tuesday Newsday. I'm here this time with Mike Richie, director of the board games division. How are you, Mike?
I am wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Look at you with your Catalyst shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Everything else, it's laundry day, so
Yeah, yeah. That's the only reason.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
well, I'm
Paint,
excited.
paint a shed later or something.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you about all the stuff going on with board games. I know last week you were like, "Give me one more week, and then I can do all the things about Quincy."
Yep.
So you guys will get to hear it from Mike himself. But first, our news. No updates really since the release schedule we talked about yesterday, but I do have some new links for you guys. So let me get there. I'm on my laptop, so I only have the one screen. But Dave is going to cover me with dropping in these links. So let's see. I've got for BattleTech, grow stronger in the face of adversity with Robin Bresenio's Bury the Hatchet. So that link is going to be dropped in chat. Stomp onto a lava-filled battlefield with Map Pack Volcanic. Yay! I feel like I've been saying it so long and it's finally live.
Oh, they look so cool.
Do they?
They really do. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm actually planning on stealing a couple for my Pathfinder campaign.
Awesome. Build your force and face a dangerous campaign with Hotspots Draconis Reach. So go ahead and we'll see that in the chat. And then face trails or face trials. I think it's supposed to be face trials. Face trials that only a Kellhound would be prepared for in Brian Young's Ghosts of Our Friend Tim Cavici. This has been a running joke for a month now, Mike. I can't say Tim Cavici. It's just our friend Tim Cavici. For Shadowrun, face Ancient Power and a Popped Cork in Andrew Peregrine's Bottleneck. Get the latest Shadowrun core rulebook, City Edition, and head to Hong Kong. It's finally released! So the new reprint of 6th World core rulebook has the Hong Kong primer now, which is really exciting. Find some Shadowrun lit RPG action with Carrying Capacity by Cat Rambo and Lowell Francis. So that's exciting. I'll have to check that one out. I'm excited about that. And then ride into Motor City with 40 new missions with Shadowrun Asphalt Jungles. So much BattleTech and Shadowrun to talk about. All right, now for Catalyst General, a Quincy's Tavern spin on a classic Sailors game is coming to Kickstarter. Barkeep's Bones. Dave, before you drop that one in chat, I'm going to drop it because Mike gave me a very specific one, so I'm just going to use that. Oh, we got both of them. We got both of them. That's fine. Oh, you retracted your... I was waiting for it. All right, what else? Quincy LK wrote the Book of the Lost Bard, full of the tales, poems, and recipes you love. Ooh, this is a different link.
So okay. Yeah, so I will cover all of that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to this too. So I'm just dropping links right now. If you guys are click happy, go for it. Oh, Dave's got that one. Never mind. Haha. I follow my own rules. And then we'll come back to it for more detail. The Duke is getting remastered. Be ready for the launch with a copy of Centurion. So if you guys haven't gotten Centurion yet, you can go get yourself a copy. The Duke and Centurion is like leveled up chess. So a lot of strategy. It's a pretty cool game, and it's very tactile with the little wooden pieces. It's awesome. And then, I ran some awesome people through the first reveal of Wizard Riders. This was like 2.5 years ago. So check it out. There's a YouTube video, so you can see the first playthrough of Wizard Riders with very, very early rules. And it is using the dice core system, and it's basically Sons of Anarchy meets Magic. So check that out.
Awesome. Great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael, for the updated links. That's super exciting. What else do I have here? All right. Coming back to my main screen here. Mike, I want to talk to you. Hi.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
I'm live and kicking.
Your hair is as radiant and possibly mutated as ever.
Thank you. I just got it redone. Are you going to be at Origins?
Yeah, I should be at Origins. Are you?
Awesome. I'm gonna get a big Mike Richie hug.
That's right. Those are in high demand. Like
Awesome.
Way next level. Yeah.
Well, and for those of you, so I've got some adventures happening here this month. I'm heading all over the Midwest from north to south. So I'm going to on Thursday, Missouri, Versailles, Missouri. One of my clients is a flea market. And their summer flea market is going on, so I'm gonna go get lots of pictures. They have it's a giant fairgrounds, and they have a cave on site, so I'm gonna get a tour of the cave too. And
when you doing that?
This Thursday.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta get out to that cave.
Yeah. It's I'm pretty excited. They have like a mammoth tooth or a skull or something, I can't remember. Tusk, that's what it's called. But I'm so excited. I love caves and caving and stuff, so I'm excited to see it. I'm excited for the swap meet. I'm excited to see they've had like upwards of 60,000 people come before. So it's like a flea market that's almost as big as Gen Con.
Yeah, I haven't been to that one. I've been invited. My schedule hasn't let me go, but I've been to a similar one in New England, and they get nuts.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, I asked, our CEO Lauren Coleman went last year, and I was like, look for an Able Skyver pan for me. He goes, oh, what? I'm like, just ask around for an Able Skyver pan, please. He sends me pictures like this thing. Like, yes, buy it, please.
I don't know what it is either.
It's a way to make these European pancakes. So it looks like a bunch of half egg circles in a cast iron pan, and you pour your pancake batter in and you rotate it so it turns into a little puff ball.
Oh, neat.
And if you're good at it, which I'm not, if you're good at it, you can fill it with like fruit and stuff like that. So it's fun.
Cool.
A lot of work, but they're really good.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they have there. And then also this year, so they do 3 flea markets a year, one in March, one in June, and one in October. And then this year, for the first time, they're doing a Christmas market over the weekends of December. So
that sounds fun.
They're going to bring in like the mulled wine and stuff like that. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So.
That sounds cool. I might go out for that.
Yeah. Well, good. Let me know when and we'll coordinate and go together.
Sounds good.
Well, food aside and flea market aside, all this to come back to the board game division, which I feel like is very fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow.
It can be, yeah. Everything's out and ready, or it's not at all, or it's on a boat or something like that. Yeah. So there's a lot of hurry up and wait, and then, oh my gosh, it's all here.
Well, the last release, I haven't had you on since the last release, I think, so I'd like to talk about it, is Kung Fu Panda Street Food Showdown.
Yes, that was it's a Kung Fu Panda game. It's a very tactile card game that's part set collection, part drafting, and part dexterity. So it's all. Yeah, well, yeah. You've got there's 2 decks of cards. One of the decks of cards has some in face down cards in the middle of the table, and they will enhance your set collection. And so whenever 2 players play the same cards down, then everyone tries to grab those, grab the cards in the center of the table, but it's musical chairs. So if there's 5 players, there's only 4 cards.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Neat.
Yeah.
And I know we were pushing it as like a little stocking stuffer because it's not a big box, right?
No, it's 2 standard sized decks of cards. So the box is about yay big.
Yeah.
It's 110 cards. So yeah, it's 2 decks of poker cards.
Cool. Awesome.
Size. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's done pretty well for us. It's Kung Fu Panda, so with a license like that, it allows you to reach audiences you might otherwise not be able to with a hobby style card game. So yeah, that's where that's been. That was our last release. So
yeah. And I know there was a lot of popularity and a lot of buzz around the first Quincy's Tavern game, Guardians of the Four Winds.
Yes, we're almost out of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've set aside a few for add-ons for the upcoming Kickstarter, but yeah, there's not much left.
Oh wow.
It's
Are we doing a reprint?
I mm, I don't know. We'll see.
Huh. So
Yeah.
get yours while you still can.
Pretty much. That yeah.
So and Guardians was I love the aesthetic and the feel of it. I have not figured out the depth of strategy behind it, so it makes me angry.
Yeah, it can be a little rage inducing because the since the play area is always shifting and changing around that
Yeah.
you know a lot of times I like games that the environment itself changes, so it's like you take your move and you get up and go get a drink and come back and the play area is totally a new field. But
Yes.
it's not hard to learn, it's hard to get good at.
Yes. So for those who haven't played, it's a tile game and there's 4 different elements. Fire, earth, water, air?
Well, they represent Quincy's factions. Each
Yeah.
one does have an elemental familiar to it, but there's
Yeah.
the Dragon Synod, the Kitsune Enclave, the Griffin Watch, and the something else.
The green
Well,
one,
the
right?
Phoenix Menage.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So these tiles, you're basically given something where you're going to build patterns on the playboard based on these tiles. They're kind of like dominoes where they have 2 and they're on a thing, and you're building different patterns. But everyone's building off the same thing. So you might have set aside, 2 of the phoenixes next to each other, and then 3 other people go, and now like your phoenixes are covered, and that's rage inducing for me.
It can be for me as well. Yeah.
So that depth of strategy I haven't. The Centurion and the Duke is a little more my style, where you can't change the layout of the board on me.
Right. Now the Duke's going to be making a strong comeback this fall too. So
yeah, it's a really popular game.
and the new one's even going to be even more popular, I think.
Oh yeah, why?
Okay, so the Duke was first published by Catalyst Game Labs long before I was part of the company. I think it was 2013-ish.
Okay.
And did amazing. Absolutely did amazing. It's been out of print for a while, and when they made it super high quality. It was out of wood, and that gave it a higher price point. So we wanted to see if we could come back with a lower price point, but not sacrifice too much of the quality. So I did some sourcing, and I'm going to use the words chipboard, cardboard, pressboard, but suspend what you're going to think it is. Every time you punch out like a token or something for a board game, it is typically 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters if it's like beyond quality. This is 4 millimeter compressed pressboard. And since it's pressboard, it allowed us to lean into the printing process, so it's prettier, it's more colorful. It's gold and silver foiled.
Ooh.
And going from, and we've added a couple twists. We've updated some of the characters. We've added some more, made a little bit more fantasy-esque, but not like dripping fantasy, but fantasy adjacent.
Okay.
And instead of a $40 price tag, it is a $20 price tag.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah. So it is. So to give anyone who's watching a quick overview, you have a bag of tiles, and imagine if these tiles were like your chess pieces, but they're tiles, they're printed on. And the tile itself has a little map of how your character can move and strike and attack, and you place it down on the board. But every time you move, you flip the tile over, and it has a different move on the other side. So it's chess players either love it or hate it. Casual chess players really love it. The purists, like, oh, this is not chess, won't like it as much. But it is done phenomenally well for us. And we just our sales manager just went to a trade show and was demoing it the whole time, and every retailer was like, oh, I know who to sell this to.
So a real dumb example by the flipping is like, when you move, you might only be able to go diagonal. And then once you move diagonally, you flip it, and now maybe you can only go straight. So you have to plan a couple moves ahead in order to make sure that you're going to be able to move the way you wanted to.
It is, and I did not design this game at all. I helped get this new version to market, and I designed one new tile. So that's like as far as I've designed this game. I'm not the designer, but it is one of my absolute favorite abstract strategy games on earth.
That's awesome.
And that's saying a lot because abstract strategy is kind of like that's kind of where I really like a lot of gaming. So
and I have to say, I'm going to interrupt myself like 15 times today, apparently, but
sure.
I have to say for our viewers, like, I get paid to do Tuesday Newsday at this point. I don't get paid to drink the Catalyst Kool-Aid. So, like, the fact that these board games are legit and keep selling, like Parachute Panda sold out within 6 months for the first run and stuff like that. Like, these are good games. Even when they're very simple, they have a depth of strategy that, like, so you could just play it like I'm thinking of Seasons of Arcadia, where you could just play it kind of like a leveled up Chinese checkers a little bit. You could do that if you wanted to, but being able to strategize around who is and is not moving and who likes and does not like each other character wise and stuff like that, like you can get real deep into it and some cool things can happen. So really even though you didn't do the Duke, I gotta hand it to Mike. He is a great game designer. So
well, thank you. On that note, just wait till next year when Element comes back.
Yes, I'm pretty excited for that. But we were talking about Quincy.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm going to pause again because ADHD. I saw someone ask in chat about registering for the event on XP Network. So if you scan the QR code or if you go to the description in the YouTube video, you'll get a link that'll take you to the event. You can register and get your XP, which equates to store credit. For watching the show, so don't forget to do that. But now back to Quincy.
Sure. We were talking Guardians of the Four Winds at first.
Yes.
The game we came out with last year.
You've got more Quincy coming.
I've got more Quincy coming. We've got lots of interesting, fun Quincy stuff coming. This is Barkeep's Bones. All right. This is an artifact. Well, you know what? I'm going to back up. There may be people here who don't know who Quincy is.
Who's Quincy?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. So Quincy's all over TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the socials that you're going to think of. He is a very wonderful person who has his shtick, his thing, if you will, is that you have finished your quest or you're about to go on your quest and you've walked into his high fantasy tavern and he greets you as a fellow traveler, asks to get you a drink. His videos, one, they look like you're in a fantasy tavern, but he is either offering life advice, which is always good. He's reading poetry, some of his own, some original, some that he just finds inspiring. He's got story time. A lot of it is, and this is how I found him, was a lot of times it's recipes, tavern style food recipes. He's a huge gamer, so he does a lot of collectible card games. You can see him streaming games. You can see him doing all the things, but it's always warm. It's always positive. And my son and I got into watching him several years ago, and then I ran into him at PAX East, and we hit off a conversation. And so now he's partnered with Catalyst, well, we've partnered with him to develop in-universe products. So right now we're doing this game, and we're doing his next book. He's already released one book. This will be his second book. And they're both coming together. The book and the game are coming together to Kickstarter. So those links that are posted are ways to get notified on launch.
Tell me about this first link. I'm dropping the first link in the chat for you guys.
Okay. That's the top one?
Yeah.
That I sent you? Okay.
Yeah.
So that links directly, that's Barkeep's Bones. Barkeep's Bones is an artifact that Quincy found on his travels, right? And now he only brings out the most daring and adventurous gamblers. It is a heavily gamified fantasy twist on Liar's Dice. Liar's Dice has been around for hundreds of years. It's actually a version of it. There's dozens of versions. A version of it is featured in Pirates of the Caribbean. It's one of those things that people played on ships because everyone had dice and everyone had a cup, right? So everyone could play this game. And you have dice in your cup. We all roll. We throw our cups down. You look at what you have, and then we bluff, trying to say how many of the total number, not just my cup, but your cup, everyone's cup. How many 4s are there? How many 5s are there? And eventually, it's going to get so outlandish that someone challenges, and the loser that has a consequence. So that's the basic concept of liar's dice. We have taken that and we have upped the ante significantly, so that instead of just having dice, there are dice of what we call different flags. All right. The Kraken flag, the Skull and Crossbones flag, the Compass flag, and those are represented on the dice. And each die, each color or flag is a suit. And so there are cards that we flip over the cards, and the card will say Tall Flag Kraken. Well, that means all red dice are doubled, right? And it'll say, but play this round counterclockwise, or everyone must pass one of their dice in the cup to their left. If you only have red dice left, well, you're just giving power and information to someone else. So you're trying to minimize what other people know and try and maximize what you know. Every player also gets spell cards, which allow you to manipulate force. So someone might say, oh yeah, there's 26s out there. And you're pretty sure they're telling the truth. So you pull out a spell and you force them to roll their cup. Well, there's probably not that many sixes out there now.
Oh.
And then you call their bluff, right? But it's beautiful artwork. We paired with one of our, she actually does a lot of BattleTech art for us, but she was excited to do something a bit different. And so you see, it's like treasure chest, and all of the components. Even when you open the lid, there's poetry by Quincy.
And who's the artist?
Murray Baumgarten.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'll start. Got the board, very pretty board, like top down on a ship. Right?
Awesome.
The cups. The cups are awesome. We've got they are a faux leather with a hard plastic liner. We have tried to destroy these cups, and we have been unsuccessful.
That was one of the play testing things where it was like, hit it as hard as you can. And when we play this game, or the retailers played this game at Gamma, like, everyone in the room knows that this game is happening because we're just like, 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, so we've broken more tables than we have cups. But the cups they're very pretty. Like I said, they feel like they are not actually leather, but they do feel like a hard leather cup, which is pretty cool. So it comes with 6. This is a 2 to 6 player game. And it plays about 10 minutes per player. But I'll show you all the dice. It comes with a lot of dice.
Yeah.
Because there's a full set of dice for each player and for the captain, and the captain's role stays on the board. So
Okay.
pulling dice, hand stuck in the bag.
It's hard under pressure.
Yeah. So good quality dice. Though the
Nice.
one is always the symbol. That's the Kraken. There's the compass.
And the ones that makes sense that the ones would be the symbol because ones are usually wild, right?
Yep, ones are wild.
Yep.
Oh, so when I scored, that's treasure chest.
It looks like a big cheeseburger.
That's treasure. This one's most obvious, Skull and Crossbones, and then finally the Rhode Island flag. I mean the anchor. So everyone starts with those 5 dice, and then the cards. Cards are gorgeous. They are thick.
I'm excited.
So here's a random one. Tall flag, and they've got the foil, the shiny foil.
Oh, nice.
Tall flag is anchor. Before rolling, all players secretly pass one of their dice to the player to the left. So every round has a condition. This one's rough. Hurricane, no tall flag, but all the wilds count as 3. So if you have 2 wilds under your cup, you have 6 of everything, right?
That's awesome.
So, yeah. But the cards are thick.
Tyler, would you just a little bit lower, okay?
How's that?
Awesome.
Yep, and that's the deck of tides. Now we have the deck of storms.
Ooh.
Yep, and these are your spells. So which one did I draw? Evocation, restart the bid when it reaches you. You may start the bid at whatever value you choose.
That's been really nice before where, someone's like
Yep.
16 5s and you're like, it could happen, but maybe not. All right.
Yeah, I don't want to be part of that.
3 5s.
Yep. And the cards are actually based, since they are magic spells, they are based on the classic schools of magic from high fantasy:
Cool.
evocation, necromancy, enchantment, so on and so forth.
Awesome. Those are so pretty.
Thank you. I really like the rainbow finish on it. So
That's awesome. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
like I say, that I I hate to use words like water resistance because then some people try to like put that to the test and we'll take it, and go diving with it. It doesn't mean that at all. But they do have that rainbow coating is a plastic coating, which they will survive the occasional splash from your cup or something like that.
Right,
So that was nice to have.
Table so hard, your beer is gonna splash, right?
Exactly. Well, keep going. And speaking of beer, because this is Quincy, there's a recipe for some Liar's Grog in the rules.
Awesome. Now, what is the second link for?
That is for the book. Remember I said we're launching the book and the game at the same time on the same Kickstarter. That is called Book of the Lost Bard, the bard being Quincy. It is essentially the character of Quincy's origin story, how he journeyed around, did these adventures, went into these other taverns and learned the cool recipes of these different regions. And so this book, it's written from the perspective of a travelogue.
Oh, cool.
So picture a bard, part of the magical adventuring team, going on adventures, stopping at taverns, and meeting interesting characters, getting into a couple scrapes along the way. And so as he goes, he records this journey, which is part travelogue, part the recipes he's learning, which are all real recipes, and part of his poetry, right? It's gorgeous art. We actually have I'll give you a sample. I took some of the art and put it in the rule book here, but I mean,
ooh, cool.
It's art like that. It's gorgeous.
That's awesome. That's on its way to being a Leviathan right there.
Right? It's a proto-Leviathan. And then it's just art, lots of art. This is the rule book to Barkeep's Bones. But like I said, since they're coming out together, I was able to use some of that art in this rule book. But the Book of the Lost Bard, I've read it. I read it when it was just a Word document with lots of spelling errors. It is phenomenal. And awesome. I'm watching it get laid out with all the artwork and stuff. Truly, if you're a fan of fantasy, you'll want that book. And if you have friends to play games with, you'll want this very loud, very ruckus dice game.
Cool. That's awesome. So,
yeah.
So I put both of those links in the chat as we talked about them. So one is promoting it from the game side, or if you're more into the fiction side, that's the second link I posted there. So make sure.
And it doesn't matter which one you sign up for. It will take you to the same Kickstarter, and you can get both products on the Kickstarter. Breaking that link up just allows us the algorithms to get us more audience.
Yeah, when we run ads and stuff like that, we can run to readers versus gamers and stuff. So
right, so that's the whole reason behind that. But both products will be available. And as well as the game we were talking about, the Guardians of the Four Winds, that's going to be available as an add-on. We've got some goodies for backing. We've got some pins and some extra dice and some cool things, cool surprises.
I'm excited for what surprises there are, because with Guardians, I loved the little envelope with the wax seal with the coin in it. Like, that was so on brand for Quincy. And I think I got two of them. I got one that I could open and actually see the coin, and one that I just kept shut because I like the wax seal.
It is pretty cool.
So man, that's awesome, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gosh, so Guardians, do we know when not Guardians, Barkeeps, do we know when it's coming to Kickstarter?
In a few weeks.
Okay.
We're in a few weeks. So sign up now. We have a launch date. We have a tentative launch date of a few weeks. We will launch as soon as all of our ads have run and our reviewers have gotten their copies, right?
Awesome.
But yeah, it is imminent. And here's something that's strange for both Catalyst and for Kickstarter. This game is ready to ship from China. The manufacturing is done. It should start shipping to the United States in a few weeks. That means I am going to fulfill this Kickstarter in the fall.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is, so from Kickstarter to fulfillment is about 3 months.
That's great. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else coming up this year for board games that we should be aware of?
Yeah, we're partnered with NBC Universal to make a Voltron board game, and we're basing it off our very successful Awakening Lair engine. And it's a cooperative game where you will fly around as the Lions of Voltron. destroying the evil forces of Galra Empire, who are trying to take over the universe. And eventually, one of 5 different roe beasts will appear, and that roe beast will try to essentially escape the area of space you're in. And the 5 lions have to come together, form Voltron. And when you form Voltron, you flip over your card, and from going from a character card as a lion, you are now a piece of Voltron, and you have a shared dice pool to use to fight the giant evil robot.
Oh, cool. Neat.
Yeah.
And so if I remember from the playtest, like if you're the arm, you might have a laser in it, or something like that. Okay, neat.
Yeah.
Or the flaming sword. There was a big sword.
Yep, giant swords, big shields, cloaking devices, missiles. All the stuff that Voltron did. But everything you do, you share with the other players. So you have to work as a team to allocate the dice.
Yeah.
Because it might get around to you, and I want to do this thing, but I've spent this specific colored dice on that section of Voltron, and I don't get them back yet, right? So that's some of the tactics and how you win before the evil roe beast escapes.
And similar to Barkeeps, we encourage very loud play. So one of my favorite rules is when you all have to shout at the same time, "Form Voltron!"
Yes, that is it's actually written in the rules.
Awesome.
In bold. So
I think we've got some of the pieces from the Voltron board game to show. If Tyler's already on it. So tell us about some of these pieces that you took pictures of.
Okay, well, Voltron, like I said, uses a lot of dice. Each player gets 3 colored dice of the lion they're piloting, and then there's some extra dice for enemy attacks and things like that. The play area is built as we go, so it's a lot of cards which you don't have images of right now, but the sectors of space are these different cards, and so your lion is represented by those wooden tokens, the different colored ones. And then eventually, when you come together in the same space and have to form Voltron, you'll flip those away and you'll put down the Voltron meeple. Never thought I'd be able to make a Voltron meeple in my career, but that's a big chunky wood Voltron meeple.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Tyler. I see that you've actually been, in addition to those photos, you were scrolling along with us for the Barkeep links. So thank you.
Yeah, I knew you paid him for a reason.
He's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So some awesome pieces. Are these wood pieces, the tokens?
They're wood. They're all wood. They're nice, thick, chunky, full color.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely got a nice tactile feel.
Cool. Now that'll be coming out with fulfillment of the Kickstarter, so it's waiting on the RPGs to finish up, correct?
Waiting on the RPGs to finish because we sold a lot, like 1,000 copies through the Kickstarter of the board game. So the board game's actually in production right now. That picture is just some samples I got sent to make sure they were up to snuff. But cool. Yeah, the board game is in production.
Okay, that's great. So yeah. Question for you too for board game division. Occasionally we say we have these different divisions, right? Like there's the RPG division, and yet we're going to keep the BattleTech RPG Destiny and Time of War in the BattleTech silo.
Sure.
So it seems like even though you are board games, like I know most of the development is being done by Randall for Runefire. Do you know anything about Runefire? It's been a while since we've gotten an update.
Runefire is almost done. I think Runefire will be ready for, let's say, June 1st. If it's not ready to go to press by the end of June, I would be shocked. And that's even by my, Catalyst clock. So we're in final layout where we've gotten the feedback from Paizo. So, hey, tweak this, tweak that. We're in the tweaking and polishing stage. That's it.
Okay.
No, there's no more development. There's no more fiction being developed. We have all the art assets. It's all quoted out and spec'd out with the printer. It's just going through the final, trying to read it with fresh eyes and be like, hey, we forgot to define what the party leader was. You have the little things that you forget when you're developing a game, but that's where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randall had said a couple weeks ago that he should have news coming up, so he might. So maybe I can see about getting him on in the next week or two. And
I think it's a good time to try that. Yeah, for
Awesome.
Runefire, absolutely.
Awesome.
Now, how we're going to release Runefire, I'm not sure yet. Once we have the finished product, we really need to sit down and say how will this best hit the market, and what time will be best to hit the market with it. So that information should be coming.
All of the off and on were like just a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh God, who do I bring on? What do we have to talk about? And now it's like, okay, I've got Runefire, I've got Origins, I've got Mike I need to talk to. I've got
Yeah, we got, and then going into the fall and into next year, I'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. Very exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to add or talk about before we jump over to Q&A?
I don't think so. I mean, it's just I can honestly say if someone is a fantasy fan and they don't know who Quincy is, check him out. Whether or not you're interested in our products or not, your day will be better because you started watching his videos. But on that said, if you are a fan of fantasy and gaming and literature, Barke's Bones and Book of the Lost Bard are really top notch. So
cool. I just clicked over to my my Q&A doc that the moderators keep for me, and for our audience, it's just for us. But they copy the template and then say the date, and then they name every episode. So I was just scrolling through because they really are silly and nobody ever gets to see this. So today's is the Richiest of Mikes.
I am the Richiest of Mikes. That's right.
And then last week, because we did just me and I was asking you questions as the audience, they called it TND Unhinged, which I love. The weekend before was just Talon in all caps. And then
it should have been cut out pieces of magazine Talon. Yeah.
A couple more just because they're funny. I've got hey, put it back, Dave. I liked it.
Yeah, Dave.
It was like, since someone used the previous template and with the cap, there it is. Template moved again since someone used it with like the uppercase, lowercase sarcasm.
Oh, I blame Dave.
And then the last one that I scrolled down to that I like was Dave couldn't be here, so it was Lorcan, and it just said in all caps, I guess I'll just do everything.
That's awesome.
I love you guys. They do sometimes try to trip me up and put questions in there that aren't questions, that are just silly statements and stuff like that. So thanks, guys. All right. Here's what we've got for some Q&A.
Okay.
Lorcan asks, Mike, when are you coming back to Ireland?
As soon as I can, and I'll be bringing my son with me, because we both really want to go. I love Ireland, and the people there are amazing. We've got such awesome contacts over there that do so much for Catalyst. And that guy Martin. Yeah.
Night Moss asks, does Mike have anything to do with the BattleTech strategy game that's been in development?
Peripherally. I am not a BattleTech guru, so I'm keeping that's much more of a Randall and Bryn wheelhouse, but I am involved in the discussions of how it's going to be developed, when it's going to be on the calendar, things like that. So mechanically and logistically a little bit, but lore-wise, all them.
Okay, great. Question from Dan Cowden. I did answer this before, but I'll answer it again in case anyone missed it. How do we get the XP Network credit for attending this? You can either go to the link that's in the description of the YouTube video or scan the QR code that's on the screen, and it'll take you to the event, and you just register for the event. You have until the end of the episode, and you get your 50 XP, and that will equate to store credit. So keep watching and earn that XP.
I need some store credit.
Right?
Yeah.
For BattleTech questions, I've got Kalos asks, any ETA for BattleTech Gothic Abomination release, as well as construction rules? I'm not sure what the construction rules are. Do you know?
I'm not involved in Gothic at all.
Okay. Let me open the release schedule, and as always, grain of salt, things can move, blah, blah, blah.
The most I'm involved in Gothic is I painting the miniatures.
All right, let's see. What month are we in? June.
Barely June.
All right, what do I have here? Start set. The new starter set. Oh, I just scrolled way too far.
There's my Gothic. There's my Gothic paint job.
I'm gonna say "oh cool" even though I'm on a different screen and can't see.
Oh, see, the audience can say "oh cool."
Okay, the current that can't be right. I'm gonna have to check in because like it's saying 2027 now, and I don't think that can be right. So I think that's a miss.
Don't think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me put it in the chat to Randall. On the master release.
We just really need to have Randall on every call.
I mean, yeah. Abominations. Whoa, that was a fun spelling. Okay, I sent the question, so hopefully he'll get back to us while we're on. What else do I have? Q&A, back to that. Cobble's Cobble, restock on Battlefield support decks. That would be another Randall question. So I'm gonna just copy and paste that right over here. Okay. Paul's typing, so that's a good sign.
Oh, okay. Hi, Paul.
Dan Cowden asks, update on the restocks of the Clan Star Force Packs. Once again, I will...
Nope. Nope. I believe those are almost done.
Oh, cool. Hooray.
Yeah, they haven't shipped yet, but they are in production.
In production, okay.
Yep.
Oops. All right. Podam asks, any news on Runefire? We gave you what we have, and we'll hopefully have Randall on soon. Gigi Meng asks, any news on the My Hero Academia miniature board game?
Yeah, kind of. It's. I mean, you may know actually more than I do about this, Rem. I just know that there's a lot of back and forth marketing discussions with Toho, the licensor. I'm not sure where we've fallen on that. Mechanically, we're ready to go.
Yeah, so all of this is in the air, but so they had approved some more of our marketing, like graphics and verbiage and everything. So we've been using that. But I think another piece that Randall would like to do is see if we could get some of the voice actors to play the game.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, so I've been trying to get in contact with a bunch, and we have heard back from a few. The fun part, though, is that they are all located in either LA, Houston, or Dallas. And so, like, I've gotten one from each area.
Of course.
I'm trying to see where we could get a fourth one, and if that is like the tiebreaker where like I know, okay, we're gonna set it up here.
Right.
But we're also waiting to see if there's anyone else that Toho can get us, so it's gonna take a little bit longer to get that news. So all right, what else? Oh, they're making a last minute section here for me.
Oh,
last minute stuff, min-wheat stuff. Love you, Dave. Nightmoss said, what Kalos asked, is there a property or a game Mike would like to be able to pitch?
Like a world I could work in?
Yeah, like I think we could kind of answer a couple questions here, like what IP would you love to build a board game for? And what is a game that you would like to
I can answer those. I mean, it's a little cliche, but I mean, I would love to work in Lord of the Rings, but that's the right answer for everything. So I don't know that that one really counts. Um, Other IPs, maybe a little off the beaten path. I would love to develop something for Wax and Wayne, which is one of Brandon Sanderson's series.
Oh, cool.
It's the sequel to his Mistborn series, Mistborn's high fantasy. But Wax and Wayne takes place on the same planet, but it's forward 300 years. So now there's trains and revolvers, and it's a weird west and steampunk, and but it still has all the high fantasy magic.
Cool.
I would love to work in that. Other than that, Avatar: Last Airbender, but again, that's also the right choice for everything. Um, yeah, I've been fortunate to work in some really cool worlds. Like I'm working, I love to tell 10-year-old me that I'm developing a Voltron game, right? I'm also working with Paizo, right? Which is pretty awesome because I play Pathfinder almost every week. As for developing a game, I have two types of games I've never had. Not that I don't have ideas, but I've never had the opportunity to develop. One of those is my own storytelling game. And I don't mean a full-on RPG, but I also don't mean like just draw a card and tell a story, right? Somewhere in the middle that provides an immersive storytelling experience in like under an hour. I would love to develop something like that. The other one is the opposite side of that. I've never had a chance to really work on a big 4X style game. Again, not that I don't have ideas, but just it's never been on the schedule. So those things I'd love to have a chance to work on.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good question. I appreciate.
Yeah, I did hear back from Paul also, and he said that the date that's in there is a parking date for a title that he knows is in development or production, but has very low confidence in any specific month or even quarter. So it's been developed, but if he recalls correctly, the files are not at the factory yet. So he's just not sure when that's supposed to release now.
And Paul is my sales manager, so he should know.
Yeah. And then he doesn't have any information on reprints. I don't know if there's a list being built there or if Battletech's being done by Randall or something, but it's in there so the whole team can see it. So hopefully they'll get us an answer on that. Awesome. That is all the questions we currently have in chat. Anything else you want to say, Mike, while we wait for a few more, or we could even wrap early?
I don't know. I just this was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy getting a chance to talk about board games and Catalyst at large. I feel extremely fortunate that I live a life where my workday and my hobbies are essentially the same thing, and I get to be surrounded by some wonderful people. And Randall and no, it's great. I've got a very cool career.
Awesome.
So, and it's only possible because people buy games and play games and are interested in these worlds we get to represent. So thank you to everyone who's listening.
When I talked with everyone last week, I asked like how many people are just here for Battletech, just here for Shadowrun, here for board games, or all of the above, or none of the above, our RPG division, all that stuff. And there was like a mixture of like there were those people that were like Battletech only, and then there were people that were like I'm interested in the board games, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think making the strong board games is like Parachute Panda and like Barkeep's Bones is just going to keep kind of that growth for that division coming.
Agreed. Everyone, I think there's a board game for everyone, even if they don't know it yet.
Awesome. Well, let me take one more peek to see if any last minute questions have come in. Really enjoy the interviews. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Conglomerated all of the answers for me. I haven't gotten a chance to look at them yet. But then I'll be sending them to Lauren and the team. So I really appreciate that feedback. And Mike, thank you for being here. The hour goes by very fast with you because you're easy to talk to and you get so excited about what you're working on.
What? Well, thank you. Thank you for being a gracious host, as always.
And I'll see you in a couple weeks at Origins.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Mike. And making sure in my brain that next week should work. Next week should work. So I should be here next week for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.